I'm going to take our first look at sports. Carly Agro joining me on the desk for that. Carly, and I guess we talked about it off the top. We're talking about archery today. A bit of a change for us here on the sports desk.
Yes, it's a nice and very welcome change. Now, I've never actually tried it out before, but after seeing all this weekend, it makes me a little curious.
You should go check out the club. They'll let you come down, I think, pretty much any Tuesday you can go down. And
that's right, and they even, I mentioned it in my story, but they even have equipment that they'll let you use, and they are more than willing to instruct you. Yeah. So, very nice of our archer friends. Well, over 150 archers invaded the border city this weekend. Provincial championships for the provinces of Alberta and Saskatchewan brought young and old shooters together for 2 days of competition.
I won second place, and I got this medal right here.
8-year-old Emma Moore took home some hardware for her performance at this weekend's 3D event. And for lifelong archers like Randy Glynn, Moore is just one example of the wide range of appeal the sport has.
You can take people of any race, religion, creed, size. Doesn't matter how old, how young you are. There's a category for everybody. You can have anyone from basically 5 years or younger shooting right to, you name it. If you're able to stand here and pull a bow, you can compete.
The kids, anybody can do it. It can be young to old, and I mean, there's some Paralympic stuff. I've seen people with one arm shooting. People shoot with their teeth and down in the States, so anybody can do it.
Shooters like Nolan and Ben Dabrowski like the individual and mental challenges that come with archery, especially the fun.
Mainly it gets into the mental game. You got to have your head into it. It's all, as long as your form is there, you just have to make sure that your head's there and keep the nerves down and just shoot like you can.
I got together with the whole family and went out for my first time and just got hooked on the thrill of pulling that bow back and letting the arrow go. It was just fun.
The 2-day event attracted participants from as far as Grand Prairie, Medicine Hat, and Regina, who might not normally be able to shoot against each other.
This way, it's a great way to get all the archers together and mix and mingle of people from all over both provinces.
Glynn says that the Lloyd-based club he shoots with is always welcoming new members at any skill level and are willing to instruct and even loan equipment.
Well, skaters from the Lloydminster Figure Skating Club rocked to the tune of movie songs for the club's 28th annual year-end carnival show this weekend. The glitter and glam was fitting for this year's lights, camera, action theme that allowed beginner students to showcase their talents in front of family and friends. Well, the main goal is to entertain. Kathy Lee explains how the overall experience can teach valuable lessons beyond the sport of figure skating.
From beginners to veterans, the Lloydminster Figure Skating Club's Carnival Show is where skaters can let loose and have fun.
It's good because we do skate so many hours all year long and we're at the rink all the time, so it's nice to kind of show what we've been doing all year other than competitions.
First we're doing a Sound of Music one, then we're doing an 80s one, and our Synchro one. We are Beauty Queen pageant.
A few performances showcase single skating, but many of the numbers involve group effort, which has a different dynamic.
Singles, you just kind of go do your own thing for the benefit of yourself. So synchro, you learn more how to skate with a team. You get to go to competitions with your team, and it's just kind of good to do team sports because figure skating is so individual.
With the majority of skaters at the beginner level and as young as 3 years old, skating in front of a big crowd is a step towards molding them into performers.
Gives them the confidence. That's probably a huge thing, a confidence that if they do continue on with our program, they have to perform in front of other skaters at competitions and whatnot. So it just starts building their confidence early.
And for some first-time skaters, it seems confidence is a natural thing.
I'm really good at it and it's really easy to do. Well, the first time I came on the ice, I didn't fall much, so it was easy.
After the carnival show wraps up, intermediate and senior skaters will have a chance to perform their programs at a finale show on March 27th. Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
All right, and sticking on the ice now, the Bonnyville Pontiacs are back at the RJ Lalonde Arena tonight, looking to even things out against the Fort McMurray Oil Barons. The Barons lead this best-of-7 series 3-2. Now, 3 of the 5 previous tilts have required at least 1 frame of overtime. The Barons have tallied 15 on the Ponce netminder Julian LaPlante, but this year's goalie of the year has been standing on his head this series. He's averaging 40.2 saves a game. Now, puck drop goes tonight at 7 o'clock in Bonnyville. And just a reminder that the Lloydminster Bobcats, the Friends of the Bobcats, are continuing on with their community initiative. If you're interested in purchasing those season seats, you can do so at the Bobcats office, or if you would like to purchase the ownership shares, you can contact Rob Hefner for that. Welcome back. While most teams at Lakeland College have called it a year when it comes to their workouts on the hardwood, the women's basketball team is still shooting hoops, preparing for next year. And as Aaron Streck reports, the Rustlers are hoping that this extra training helps to increase the value in their win column down the road.
8 or 9 of this year's 15 players are expected to be back in the Rustlers lineup next season. For those returning, the off-season training has already started.
Sometimes you don't always find young players that do want to learn. This group listens very well. They're always eager to get better in their game and get better as a team. So, for me, it's a joy coming to work every day to work with these girls when they're always asking questions to get better.
Coach King believes the time in between seasons is an important stretch for a player's development.
The off season is really where players are made, and I think for a lot of these girls, they realize they got to get a little stronger, a little quicker to be successful at this level. And I know these girls are really motivated to do that, and a large group of them are going to train together. So that's something I'm looking forward to, as well as getting them playing in the summer.
Finishing the regular season at 6-14 is something the Rustlers set out to do at the beginning of the season, but coming up short in the playoff qualifier is something the team is looking to build on for next year.
It'll be nice next year. We've all played together, so it'll be good to come back and just start off where we left off.
Being a young team, we learned from this past season what we need to improve on, and now this is the time, like tonight, to come into the gym and work on those things with Chris.
With so many players returning, it's allowed King to be able to spend more time with them than having to be out recruiting.
They're always in great spirits. They're laughing, joking around, but when it's time to work hard, they work hard. And I'd rather be in here than in a car, that's for sure.
This year, the Rustlers were the second youngest team in the ACAC. Coach King hopes a season of experience under their belts could make the difference.
It's a special group, they're focused, and we're really excited about what's coming up with Lakeland College women's basketball.
Aaron Streck, New Cap Sports.
Well, the annual Bronc riding session has been in session. The annual Bronc riding school, rather, has been in session at Lakeland College on their Vermilion campus. Well, for those daring to brave the saddle or the barebacks of horses, the 3-day course teaches the students how to ride and potentially gear them towards a future in the sport. Kathy Lee has the details on one of first-year students' plans for his future in riding.
It may be Jake Stamo's first time at Lakeland's Bronc riding school, but it's not his first time riding.
I've been interested in bareback riding for the last couple of years after I started steer riding. Got into bull riding kind of about 2-3 years ago.
After a day into the course, he's finding it not so bad.
It's a lot different than riding bulls, but it was a lot more fun than I thought. I was a little nervous at the start, but it was a lot of fun. I felt I didn't feel unsafe at all, so it was good.
Every year, students across the country register for courses in the bareback, saddle bronc, and picket man riding school at Lakeland College in Vermilion.
We're just about right full. We have as many as we want. We had a waiting list in the saddle bronc riding school, which is very good. Our pickup man school is right full as well, and the bareback school has increased. Last year we had 4 students, this year we have 9, so it's growing as well.
Before anyone rides the back of a horse, they're put through a day of theory studies.
And the instructors we have went over some things with them, watched some videos. We used some mechanical machines with them and just went over some groundwork.
While they may not be professionals out of the gate, it's good preparation for their future endeavors.
I'll go to a few rodeos, kind of pick and choose the rodeos. Here's my first year bareback riding, and then hopefully next year I'll start going to pro rodeos in the bull riding and then get my novice card in the bareback riding.
At the end of the weekend, these young cowboys will get to watch a professional bronc riding event.
It gives some of the students here a chance to watch some of the more professional athletes and see what they're working towards, and just a kind of a relaxing good time for them too.
Kathy Lee, New Cap News.
All right, well, that's all the time that I have to tell you about sports this evening. Stay tuned, though. There's a whole lot more coming up in New Cap News.